sponsored by Premier Guns.
Well, good evening everybody. It's all gone a little bit quiet on the Christmas front, hasn't it, considering we're so close? So I thought I'd bring in a bit of the old Christmas spirit and involve my Christmas tree. There are quite a few good deals going on. I'll mention a couple of those as we get further into the show. One thing that you might want to look at is Browning's 12 Days of Christmas, where you can have a hat of theirs for 50% off. And I believe those deals are still running now. Take a little look. There's quite a bit of drama going on with BITCSF, Hook, and the polls are open for you to vote for your CPSA people. Take a look at all these categories. I'm going to be going further through this in probably next week's show, but I can tell you I will be voting for Steve Lovett as the course setter because I couldn't believe what I saw at the British Open. Some of those targets were practically satellites, and I was even more surprised to see them breaking. Now, I know what you're waiting for. You want to see which gun is going to be this week, and this is something a little bit different. What could possibly be worthy of being gun of the week? Well, it's a little bit of a sector that I want to move into, something which I may potentially have neglected. It's not Berettas, they will be coming. It is the semi-automatic shotgun. These are fantastic value when you consider the amount of mechanical engineering that goes into this. And straight out of the block is a market leader. They've done really well considering they only started in 1967. They've had to compete with Browning, they've had to compete with Remington, who started in like 1816. Really, really fantastic semi-automatic shotgun, the Benelli, and this is a new one from them. Let's take a look at it for Gun of the Week. I'm choosing this as Gun of the Week because there's going to be a big push on semi-autos coming on this channel, so if that's the thing you're into, please do like and subscribe. It's not all about Maxuses. I'm really, really keen on the Benellis. Obviously, they did do an over and under. We can talk about that another time, but they are basically the king of semi-autos, and this is their crowning glory. Look at that carbon fibre finish. I love the brushed steel action. I think it's really classy. I love the Power 4 Cryo barrel, which is not ported in this instance because this is the latest World Cup edition. This is absolutely brand spanking new. We've got 3 available at Premier Guns. They come in 30 inch and I believe we may have some in 28. You'll note that the top cap is silver, which I think is a lovely touch. Just having this gun in my hand feels beautiful. It comes with the shimming system as you would expect, the adjustable cone and the Comfortech. Plus, you've got a nice recoil pad on there as well. Have a look at those red accents. This is really something different for out on the field. Whether that's sporting or whether that's pigeon shooting, this is a gun which you can rely on. And I never ever like to mention a guarantee, but in view of the fact that it is 10 years, it is certainly worth mentioning. Take a look at this, an ideal opportunity as a second gun. Benelli, or indeed any semi-auto. Thanks for watching. Obviously, Benelli started making motorcycles. That's how they began back in 1911. That side of the business, basically, their motorbikes are made in China now, but the guns are still Italian made. I've got a whole host of information for you about Benelli, so please do look forward to some forthcoming videos on that. I'm doing a bit of a push on the semi-automatics because, as I say, I think mechanically they're great. They offer excellent value for money, and it's really important for durability. They're also great for being in a pigeon hide, and they're great for being on the shooting range. They're ideal for women, and they're also ideal for children. Lovely smooth shooting. I really, really like a semi-auto, and frankly, we don't talk about them enough, you know. So let's get excited about that. I've got quite a few of those to go through with you. I've got some Berettas, the A400s, we have got absolutely loads to get through. Now, talking of Beretta, have you seen, and you won't have done, but they are releasing a 40th anniversary EELL. This is only available in 30 inch. Steel shot proof, as you would of course expect, and there are only 100. One of the main distinctions about this is the fact that it's got the Beretta Villa engraved underneath. I'm really looking forward to seeing one of these, and included within this you get a free 10-year warranty, which, as you should already know, you can purchase from now until the end of January for just £75 if you buy a new Beretta. But if you buy the £7,000 40th anniversary EELL, 1 of 100. You get the 10-year guarantee included, and you also get a signed, framed, mounted print as well. So I would imagine there's going to be a bit of a special box, and that'll be something to look at. I really like the anniversary editions. I like something that's just slightly different. As you know, we've got quite a few limited edition Brownings in the shop. We've got that World Cup one, which you've just looked at. So I think it is always worth just looking at those slightly different models there. Did you know Defra are talking about starting a 4-day week? Some of you, including me, may think it'd be better if they were just honest and called it a 1-day week. But this has already been done before. And I'm not talking about the 1970s. This company started it and stopped it. You'll notice that the Daily Mail is absolutely flooded with I'm a Celebrity adverts, and I know many of you are watching that and consistently voting for Nigel Farage and treating that show as if it's a general election. And good luck to all the contestants with that. And speaking of elections, Basque have got 2 nationwide vacancies. I think pro-led candidate. And if anybody wanted to put themselves forward as the pro-led candidate, I'd be more than happy to help them with their campaign. They are a members-based organisation after all. Now, here we are again talking about lead. I'd like to thank the 7,000 of you that watched my last show about lead, and you will all know that the consultation comes to an end in 2 days. Now, Basque haven't given any recommended answers. If you wanted an answer recommended, I can say that the best thing to do would be to go through some of the comments on my previous shows and on the Strictly Shooting Facebook page, because there are some excellent ones. Copy and paste them, pop it in the general comments. It's going to be important to respond to this consultation. There seems to be a never-ending flood of consultations, which can be, on the one hand, a little bit irritating, but on the other hand, it's nice to know that our thoughts are being counted. And of course, if you don't submit, you can't complain. It's the same sort of thing, really, isn't it? In fact, just while I've been recording this, I found out that Daniel Harvey has got the 40th anniversary EELL on order. This is going to be such a special model. I can't wait to show it to you. I can't wait to see it in the flesh. And if you are interested, please do contact Premier Guns ASAP. As I say, there's only 100 coming into the UK. Wow. Now, there is no gun review coming from me this week. What you have got is an interview with a hunting man. I don't know what your thoughts are on hunting. I went to a book launch recently about hunting. I was kindly invited. Thank you very much, Charlie. In fact, I have it here. Let's have a look. Here it is. Beautiful, beautiful front cover by Daniel Craig there. Daniel Crane, rather, not Daniel Craig, sorry. Completely different person. So, if we look here, it just takes us to page... So I've gone past the foreword. Ah, yes. The third line. So we've got 2023 foxes that had been shot and hung up. So the hunting lobby, shall we call them? Yes, let's call them the hunting lobby. They say that hunting takes down the slowest, the illest, the most infirm and the less fit of foxes, thereby preserving a much stronger gene pool. And their argument is that the rifle does exactly the opposite and is indiscriminate in who it takes down, and it can take down a strong, healthy fox. That's not overly debatable, but there are questions surrounding hunting, and I was able to put these to this gentleman here, George, and here's just one of the questions that I asked him. You'll have seen the footage. Hounds being killed, tossed on piles. How do you defend that? So if you'd like to see the rest of that interview, I suggest you keep your eyes open on a Sunday evening. Meanwhile, I shall leave you with these special offers from Browning, and we'll be looking a little bit more next week about what they've got going on in the shop at Premier Guns as well, because the upstairs is now really huge. I made a massive play with downstairs and how it's all opened out and how it looks really good. But upstairs, they've got loads of clothing, loads of air guns, and maybe that's something that I should be looking into as well. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a brilliant weekend. I hope everything is well where you are, and everybody's roof's holding out in all this rain and everybody's tyres are holding out in all this snow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
With Alex Say.